just a couple of moments. There you have it. A best of 5 final, because there's so many best of 5s today. Let's do one more as we have to the bottom right hand side our red Protoss player from Armor Team. Give it up for ShoWTimE. Here on Backwater. Haven't been on Backwater for a hot minute. As we do have to the top left hand side our blue Terran player. It is Clem. Alright, so getting set up, getting going into game number 1 of the series. We're going to be seeing a TVP here. Did we even cast any TVP today? I want to say no, we didn't. Considering the only Protoss we had was... Oh, of course we did. We casted Innovation versus Mana. Yes, I remember now. Last time I was on games at 10 AM, I believe you were there and chicken dinners were being collected, says Todd. Yeah, but that was probably not waking up to play games at 10 AM or talk about games at 10 AM. That was more probably staying up all night playing PUBG, wasn't it? Aye. I guess I woke up early to cast when we were doing IEM qualifiers, but that's different when you add an event. Ugh. Alright, anyways, workers kind of nibbling away at each other and just going to be seeing the Nexus on the way down from ShoWTimE in the natural expansion. Again, the Reaper on the way out for Clem and just getting going in these early stages, so... Getting on into this, a couple of SCVs having this kind of little bit of a skirmish early with the probe, getting ready to throw down the CC. And actually we'll have to bring this SCV back down so you can get this going in the end. And we'll be able to get that underway. So finally the command center is able to start building a nice normal setup here in the early stages of Backwater of this map, which does have that pocket third base hidden away up to the top side, and it's going to give you that kind of instant third base location without really having to worry too much about it. Now obviously if you're a bit too greedy you can still just die to a push at the front, but there's nothing that, you know, it's much easier to defend. There's one location here, obviously it can be a bit awkward with drops etc, but in general it's a nice easy third base to take. So kind of more of a big deal for Terran players than Protoss, because Protoss don't have much of an issue defending thirds against Terran nowadays, I feel. Whereas Terran players, sometimes they can have a little bit of a, it can be a bit annoying on their third base. You're going to see, oh my god, that SCV just stays alive. The Reaper, does he just attack his own CC for good measure there? Wow, I think he did. As you are going to be seeing that Reaper coming through the center of the map, and, well, going to run right into an Adept, which is actually going to keep on moving, so no time lost from ShoWTimE. He wants to get across there and to start causing some chaos with the power of that Adept here in the next few moments. So Reaper coming all the way across towards the bottom right-hand side. You're going to see the Stargate on the way up from ShoWTimE 2. About to finish, and we're just going to be seeing again Marine and a Starport. Just a very standard follow-up as we're going to see these initial Hellions. Oh, no way. He actually gets these SCVs before the CC finishes even, so that's a huge deal. Now he's going to find these Hellions with the Adept, and he's actually going to do a bit of damage. So already the Hellion's taking damage, and he knows it's Hellions, which is big info, as the Reaper looking for its second kill of the game. That probe is low, and it might just go down right here, but he doesn't want to lose it to the Adept. So the Reaper is going to be coming up here, and he just gets some damage onto the probe, but not enough, as that Reaper does pull on away. Clem, our 15-year-old player, soon to be 16, I believe. He's aging at some point this year, and he might even be able to play in some of the WCS events if he's 16 before they start. I think he might be eligible for Valencia. Would be fantastic to see, because this kid's beating some of the best players in Europe on a regular basis. He just beat Nurture to get into the semi-finals here today. Nurture, who we just saw having a hell of a series against MMA a few hours ago on our stream, where we were casting the Team Liquid Map Contest tournament still. As we have this couple of Hellions setting up at the front and just going to be poking away at the gateway. And another gateway coming up too. As again, the third Nexus really is just a few moments away, as Clem will actually just be dropping Widow Mines to try and apply some pressure. But so far, ShoWTimE with a solid defense. Really looking very good with this right now. As we are going to be seeing the, again, the Widow Mines dropping into the main in just a few moments' time. Oracle coming in at the front as well for ShoWTimE to see what's up, as you can see those Widow Mines. Well, there's one dropping and there's two, but actually the second one does actually burrow. The first one got lifted up. There's going to be at least one worker kill. What's he going for? He goes for the Adept. Oh, and he splashes two drones there, two probes anyways. That was actually pretty sick, as we're going to be seeing the Widow Mine gets cleaned up. Nicely done. What happened in Clem Nurture, asked Todd. So in game one, both game 1 and 2 were very long games, like I think 20 minutes and 30 minutes. Nurture won game 1 and Clem won game 2. I think it was just very standard, like Ghost play, Ghost Liberator play, that sort of stuff on different maps. And then third game was a big push that was a big push from Clem with like Cyclones, Tanks, and Marines with Stim or something. It was really weird. But I didn't get to see the entire build order, but I just saw him attack with like 4 Cyclones, 2 or 3 Tanks, and like 8 Marines with Medivacs at like 9 minutes. It's pretty sick. And he just rolled over Nurture as far as I could tell, so... yeah. Clem. Really kind of taking some names today in this run through the Go4SC2. It's not like this is just a one-off run either. He's been in Go4SC2 finals regularly lately. I mean, a month or 2 ago I cast him against Snoot in a Go4 final, and it was one hell of a series as well. If you guys didn't actually see that matchup, it's probably one of my... It's up on my YouTube channel. Just search like Clem versus Snoot WardiTV or something, and it will come up because it was a really good TVZ series if you're looking for more StarCraft to watch after today. If you're looking for the YouTube channel in general, by the way, youtube.com/WardiTV, do check it out. We upload VODs 2 to 3 times a day. We've been a little bit slack the last couple of days. I had a little bit of an issue with VODs being queued up properly, so it messed things up. Anyways, I should talk about this game because Resonating Glaives and +1 attack is coming through. A couple more gates are coming up, as we do have this attack of Clem moving across the map. A couple of siege tanks here with some Widow Mines going to be approaching the bottom right hand side. And well, one of the things with tanks here is that you can definitely maybe pick away at this wall, but even more important is you can pick away at this position here, a couple of tanks, and you're going to be wailing away at that third nexus. And look at the commitment from Clem. He's even going to bunker up on this position. He is going full on all in with this attack, 5 racks and no kind of looking back. As we see one siege tank already setting up and just trying to use the medivac a little bit for the vision to pick away the pylon or so. Warp Prism to the top side will be starting to cause some chaos in the near future, with some warp pins towards the main base, I'm sure, very shortly. Getting that tank just firing away and dealing some damage to that pylon, and that pylon will go down, so nice little pick off there, as we are going to be seeing, again, the Marines just setting up, another couple of bunkers getting set up again. So 3 bunkers getting ready to go, and he's actually just setting up kind of like a wall of bunkers, but how can he do against these counter-attacking adepts? He's already starting to lose quite a lot of this initial mineral line. I mean, that's 11 workers going down right from the get-go, so 13 workers falling. As you can see, there's a depth shading over here where there is actually a siege tank to help defend. I mean, ShoWTimE is now taking some damage on his own side of the map as well, so some damage being done. The Cybercore going down too. He gets a warp in of adepts just before it falls. Did he already have another one? ShoWTimE's so good. He knew he was going to lose it. He already built a new Cybercore. That's huge. As we're going to be seeing this medevac goes forward to actually lift up some Marines, but takes a moment or 2, which definitely does hurt. Another bunker on the way up, and again, those adepts just getting going here. There's another couple of Marines going down. So some more Marines going down is just going to be seeing these units fighting in the main base. The adepts continue to be fought against, and again, eventually they do fall. We're going to see these adepts going to make the big shade forward. Going to fight onto the bunkers. Oh my god, those tanks just get decimated by the Immortals. They're target firing right away. As you're just going to be seeing way too much here from ShoWTimE. He's going to break out of this so very easily. A Phoenix soaks up those Widow Mine shots, which is honestly probably the best thing you can hope for, because right now the Phoenix are just not going to add too much else on. Very well played by ShoWTimE though. Great defense. The counter-attack across the map as well worked wonderfully, and ShoWTimE takes map number 1 of the best of 5 series. Clean up the tanks. Those tanks were just not even lasting like more than a couple of seconds. I mean, the Phoenix lifted a couple of tanks too, so even the tanks that didn't die instantly weren't even part of the fight. ShoWTimE really was just crushing in that game number 1. Let's see if we can keep it up to the bottom right-hand side of Neon Violet Square. Our Red Protoss player leading the series. It is Armor Team's ShoWTimE. And to the upper left-hand side, our blue Terran player. It is currently teamless, Clem. What's up, Stig Vatland for the 15... can't speak. What's up, Stig Vatland for the 15 months resub in the chat? How you doing? Thank you so much for the 15 months. Appreciate the support, mate, and thank you very much. Do appreciate it. As you see this probe on the way across to Scout here early from ShoWTimE here in Game 2 of Neon Violet Square. And Dovenwolf coming in with the Twitch Prime sub for 6 months in a row. What's up, Dovenwolf, with the 6 months? Thank you so much for the continued support for half a year. I see some love in the chat for the new resubs coming through just there as well. Thank you guys. Hitting us up with some love at the start of this game number 2. As the probe just trying to be a nuisance once again, going to stick around as long as possible just to slow things down. As the Reaper now on the way up from from Clem, sorry. As this Reaper expand will just continue. I mean, ShoWTimE, his expansion, really standard. Obviously, Neon Violet Square is one of these maps with a very unique sort of way to go about things. I mean, this pocket expansion in the top left-hand side really does put you in this position where it's like, do you take it or do you not? Because it's a free base, essentially, once you're holding the natural, but it's only got half the minerals as usual. So for a Protoss player, sometimes they do like to take it. It's like, okay, well, it's safer to take. Plus the fact I get double gas, the minerals don't matter so much to me. So it's an interesting little trade-off. And it is intriguing to see how players do tend to expand on this map as the games go by. Obviously, you can take this base as a third as well. It is a pretty easy to hold third base down here too. And some players generally kind of do that and then take this base up here for the fourth base a little bit later on. For now, Clem, though, with this build order, he's going to play to the map. So he's actually going to play one gas into the very fast 3CC. And so very natural for him to just straight up come in here and to throw down the third CC in that location. If he's going to be this greedy, you may as well put it into position. So that's what he's doing right away there. And as we get set up into this Reaper coming down towards the bottom right-hand side. And we do have this Adept just patrolling away at the front. Watching for that Reaper coming in and trying to deny any vision as it is a Stargate from ShoWTimE to get us started. Very, very much to... I'm just going to have to scroll up to see your name properly, mate. Sorry, I can't see it. Mescon coming in with the fresh new sub as well as Ulf Sid Meyer coming in with the 4-month resub too on the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, buddy, for the 4 months. And Mescon, welcome to the family as well. Thank you for the support and joining up and showing some love. And so do you see this Adept going to chase this Reaper away? As obviously this builder Clem puts him into a position where if he isn't punished, he will be in a great, a great position in terms of economy. But you have to look at it this way as well. Generally, a Terran player harasses a little bit to be able to kind of, if they take a slow third base, they're usually harassing and killing some workers in that way. So it's not like he's going to be massively ahead of income in terms of ShoWTimE because he's not going to be able to harass while going for this fast 3CC because he just follows up with triple racks. And the best he's probably going to be able to do, something like a Marine stim timing could be somewhat deadly. As you're going to see, this Oracle, though, has begun some good damage done already. I mean, a couple of workers, if he target fires, he should be able to get 2 more, maybe. Just gets the 1 in the end, as we are going to be seeing that Oracle pulling away through this top side. This Reaper going to be coming back down towards the bottom right. And as we do just see, Stimpack is on the way up in the main base of Clem. And again, this Oracle will be popping in just a few moments. Just going to do another couple of subs then, just as we're going to watch the second Oracle cross the map. Max Proud comes in with the sub as well. Welcome to the family as well. Back-to-back with ShoWTimE on the Twitch Prime. Thank you for the back-to-back love there, guys. Comboing it up. Max Proud and ShoWTimE, welcome to the family. Thank you very much. See some love in the chat for all these new people, guys. Welcome them to the fam. Let them know that they're very welcome and very thankful for them joining us. As we do see, though, the push is starting to happen. So Stim's about halfway done. Clem starting to get into a bit of an aggressive position. Kind of weird Neon Violet Square with this little pathway where these Marines do get split up a little bit. As this one Marine leading the charge is pushing those Oracles away down towards the right-hand side, or the bottom right-hand side. As we do see the Marines coming up. And again, just going to be having the Oracles sat there. As obviously he knows where those Marines are. Opening some more Adepts. Now, he doesn't have any sort of further upgrade for all these Adepts. He's only just now started resonating Glaives. So Glaives on the way up. And we do see one Marine just getting picked off here right away against him. It's not quite done. I'm not sure if he really wants to push in with this. I mean, obviously, again, it's just... It doesn't look like a lot. But by the time the Oracles start popping their pulsar beams and fighting this as well... It really becomes very difficult. It's just going to be seeing those Marines backing away. And ShoWTimE will keep track of that via the Revelation. As we do have the Warp Prism on the way up in the natural expansion. 5 extra gates from ShoWTimE. I mean, he's obviously on the triple Nexus, right? He's on the 3 bases. As again, just going to be seeing +1 and Resonant Inglaeus finishing soon. Definitely feels like ShoWTimE might be looking to get aggressive a little bit with the Prism popping out. He's got a Robo Base. He's definitely looking for further tech here as he continues on. You'll see the 4 Adepts just jumping into that Prism and heading up the right-hand side. As again, using the Oracles to keep track of some of these Marines, although he split them up into 2 different groups, so it's hard to keep track of all of them. Also attack these rocks. I mean, God forbid the rocks disappear and we don't know where they go. Obviously, he tagged them in the process of tagging some Marines, but one can imagine that that ShoWTimE is just interested in making sure the rocks don't get knocked down or something. Anyways, we do see the 4 Adepts in the Prism up here, so it's not going to be a massive attack in the end. He's just going to start building in towards Colossi behind this, so ShoWTimE continue to get set up as these Oracles pulling down towards the bottom right. Still nice for ShoWTimE. He's lost basically nothing this game. I say basically nothing. He's literally lost nothing. He's playing a perfect game so far. Obviously, he hasn't killed too much either. 4 SCVs, a Reaper, and a Marine. But it's so easy as a Protoss player to just lose one Adept because it runs too far forward. To just lose the Oracle because it sticks around to kill an SCV for a few seconds too long. Or it kind of misses the revelation. You see maybe the first Protoss unit of the game dying here. If these Adepts start getting cleaned up, although not just yet, as you see 4 workers killed, and that's just going to start growing as we're going to be seeing, well, these 2 Adepts not doing a lot, but these 2 on the low ground definitely are having a good time. Oh, the Warp Prism trying to warp in, gets target fired down. It was still low on health, but still 11 workers killed. There's nothing to laugh about because Man in Time is being lost too. Clem's going to try and push in towards this right-hand side base. Adepts are going to think about jumping on top of the army. One Colossus is out, isn't with the army just yet, but should be showing up in a moment or two. For now, ShoWTimE will just cancel those shades. This is quite a lot of bio. It's going to apply some pressure. Where is that Colossus? Is it really not out? It is. It's just sat in the natural. Is it stuck? Oh my god, that Colossus is just stuck here. It can't move forwards. That's a huge loss for ShoWTimE. Oh man. There's a pylon in front of it. That's why it's stuck and boxed in. He's actually going to recall his Colossus to the 3rd base. It shows up. It arrives to the party, but just a bit too late. It could have been the deal breaker here, this one Colossus. It really could have been. ShoWTimE might just about hold on here in the end, but he loses the 3rd Nexus, and oh man, the one Colossus getting stuck in that position is truly game-changing to that push. If that Colossus is here for this entire attack, those Marines go down so much faster, the Nexus doesn't go down, or if it does, it's because the Adepts don't get targeted down, and since ShoWTimE is just in general losing so much less throughout the course of the game. As now Clem, well, not really up a base, because ShoWTimE has this bottom right base, which he's taken in the process. He's going to take the gases here to make up for the gases he's missing out on the 3rd. But Clem's got map control, and he's going to move into a position where he can drop this main. And oh my god, those observers are on a blind spot over here. They don't see this avenue, which these medevacs have moved in with. And so this is going to be the main Nexus, maybe in trouble as well. ShoWTimE just used his recall. Now he's got 3 Colossi suddenly out of nowhere. Might have to cancel. See if he can set something out. He's going to send a couple of units back, as he does have a couple of Widow Mines going off. ShoWTimE having to deal with this. This bottom right base now under pressure as well. It looks as though he's going to be able to keep the top right alive if these 2 Colossi working away on it, but I mean, if the bottom right goes down, that might just be game ending anyways, because... Oh no, Clem! Go back, drop another unit. He's going to blink on top of the medevac, but it's not going to be in time. The Nexus will still fall. He is back in the main base, and ShoWTimE is going to be GG. And that's going to be game 2. Game 3 of this series. Tied up 1-1. ShoWTimE with an unfortunate Colossus getting stuck there on the on the bottom, on the 3rd base, or the natural, on Neon Violet Square. We have got to the bottom right, our red Protoss player. It is ShoWTimE. And to the upper left-hand side, the blue Terran is going to be Clem, looking to try and take 2 in a row to take the lead and go into match point. What's up, Sprigyig, with a Twitch Prime sub to kick us off in this game as well. Thank you so much. And hello, Asking Killer, who says hello in the chat. New in the channel. How you doing? And welcome. Give me just a very quick moment, guys. Here, I do just have to tap out to quickly check something. All right. So, let's get this underway, and sorry for that slight little tab out here at the start of this, as we are going to be looking to see just how this game is going to develop. So far, it looks to be a similar setup to last time, although ShoWTimE doesn't seem to spend as long messing around on this side of the map with the probe. And we actually are going to be seeing that's because it's a Marine opening rather than a Reaper expand here in these early stages. So a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a change up right away, as we are going to be seeing that Marine just coming in around the back, and this probe cannot stick around forever. So Marine into Reactor, and we're actually going to be seeing a second Rax already coming down, and a third. So Clem going to play the free Rax style here right from the get-go, and he's going to get aggressive. So here we go, Clem getting underway with this aggression as a couple of Marines are coming on out. They're going to be popping in the very near futures. Obviously, he's going to build up that count very quickly, similar to as he did in the last game, but obviously last game he went free CC, and then he added on the extra racks. This game he will not build the third as quick, so he's going to be able to do a little bit more damage, a little bit faster, you know. He's going to have the potential to deal damage a little bit faster here. As you do see that Twilight Council dropping down the back of the main, that's going to be finishing in just a few moments' time. So Adept moving forwards is going to be shading, and we're just going to be seeing those few Marines. Obviously, you cannot really stop this for now. We'll raise the depots to stop the Adept from getting the scout information into the main base. Depots then lower themselves once again, as we are going to be seeing this stim pack upgrade on its way up in the main base too. Marines coming forwards, and again that Adept just going to get pushed away in towards the center of the map, and Stalker coming in as well, though. Could actually fight against this. Going to use the Adept Shade for high ground vision potentially. Clem starts to maybe realize this, and as soon as the Adept Shade fades away, he pushes back towards the top of the ramp. He knows what's up, man. He's not messing around. This kid knows his stuff. As we're going to see, same thing. As soon as the Adept Shade comes up, he's backing away, and now he just pulled back as the high ground vision is disappearing for ShoWTimE. What a cool little battle between the two players there, because basically Clem doesn't want ShoWTimE to get onto equal level, because if he does, this Stalker can pick away at the Marines for days, obviously, and so if that's you know, he's just kind of making sure he holds the high ground here to stop ShoWTimE from taking an advantage in that regard. Also, Clem is playing kind of brave as well, by the way, because he has absolutely nothing in his main base or natural, or his natural at least. He has something in his main, this missile turret, but nothing in the natural to actually deal with, you know, a potential Oracle coming in. You know, if an Oracle flew in right now, what would stop it? Well, these Marines would have to pull all the way back, so it's kind of painful. As you see, the Stalkers now, they got onto equal footing by looping around the side. Nicely done by ShoWTimE. And then already you can see he picks off a Marine or two. And that's why Clem was fighting so hard for that high ground position. Actually moving forward, he is going to maybe grab this Adept. It moved away quite late. He just doesn't quite catch it as he steps just a little bit off. And the Adept is able to escape away there too. As Stimpack and +1 not far away. Does he commit with those upgrades though, or does he just sit back and wait for the medivacs and further upgrades too, which are still going to be early compared to when he would usually have them, and so he's still going to be able to be very aggressive with them compared to normal. I mean, just the same is very true for Stim, although ShoWTimE has made a lot of units, and he's got Blink, which makes actually fighting with this set of units here for Clem very difficult. I actually think it's time against Blink. I think he should back away, because he's not even going to get across the map without just losing so many of these units. Although now ShoWTimE doesn't know where Clem went to. He's actually pulled around the right side, so he has gone past those Stalkers. If he can stim into the natural and kill off 10 to 15 probes, that could be a lead which he can play into a victory from. So let's see what he can do here. Oh no, the Observer sees this army coming around. ShoWTimE's already going across the map though. Oh, he's a little bit indecisive. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to recall right now. As we're going to see, well, actually still Clem will find some workers here transferring between bases. I mean, it's not going to be 10 to 15 as the Stalkers blink into him, but it's going to be 4 plus a Stalker kill. Not bad. That Observer was very fortunate for ShoWTimE, because if it wasn't there, Clem has so much time to target down workers as the units have to, you know, go through the recall animation a little bit later on. Very unlucky, and ShoWTimE, again, you could see he just wasn't sure what he wanted to do. Did he recall, or should he just stick out there? It was tough for him to decide what exactly to go for. In the end, he decided the recall, and definitely was, I think, the right decision. I think he was maybe thinking, can I hold on this, and then maybe kind of poke at the front of these Stalkers at the same time anyways? I think the evaluation of that was definitely a no. I really cannot. Extra gateways coming up, of course, as these extra commands, Nexus, of course, getting set to go and properly mining. I mean, he has the extra income to start spending here, as we see those Stalkers pulling back through the center of the map and down towards the south side. A couple of sentries going to come in over from the right in towards this third base as well. So continue to set up in towards this now, as you are going to be seeing this +1 armor upgrade coming in on the engineering bay. So that's coming in over on the engineering bay as we see this observer flying up top. Going to be flying around, seeing what it can get up to. I'm just going to be seeing again from Clem a few more of these units coming along to see just what they will, be able to achieve. But I don't think a lot is going to really happen. ShoWTimE is positioned well here. Now 1-1 has finished from Clem. It's not really that far away at all though for ShoWTimE, so just going to be coming around the right side, and we're just going to be seeing actually he's just going to unload, and that is going to be a pylon picked off here. So one pylon goes down, this observer sat overhead keeping track of the rest of these units, and another drop on the map. Clem going to start multitasking around perhaps to try and take a lead in this one, as he is still just scanning, using his scans to keep track of where his opponent is. Doesn't want to start, you know, throwing units away by kind of dropping in inopportune locations, etc. Pulls his stalkers out a little bit, but didn't pick up all of his marines, so he doesn't quite manage to drop into the main. Now he has quite a lot of units over here as he gathered up those units from the center with the drop. Now a couple of sentries have already popped Guardian Shielders. Oh, the Widow Mines are going to get picked off before they can do anything. They go down. A nice Force Field 2 stops that Widow Mine from continuing to retreat. Meanwhile, the push at the front does get a gateway and a pylon. Stalkers and Zealots coming in to deal with this. He obviously charge a big helping hand with this, as we see the Stalkers blinking forwards for the medevac, and they will get the final shot. The medevac falls, and that's going to be a big pick-off here from ShoWTimE, who's continued to defend on the third base as well. And right now, Clem's just not finding enough. The few Stalkers that are around do blink forwards for one of the medevacs. Nicely done, as Clem will evacuate away with so little left over now. Such a solid play here by ShoWTimE. Cleans up so very much, puts himself into a great position. One more of these units from ShoWTimE are going to gather up once again, get back in towards the kind of position between the bases now. Going to be seeing one more pylon on the way up. 2-2 upgrades coming down as well here for ShoWTimE. Templar Archives is also being put into position, so let's get that Templar Archive set up, as we're going to be seeing this Warp Prism coming out as well in the next few moments. About halfway done with a Warp Prism in play. He can maybe start getting across the map and being counter-aggressive, considering he's just cleaned up so much of Clem's army so far throughout this. Clem is definitely struggling. One thing Clem doesn't have is actually 2-2 upgrades, so ShoWTimE is about to take an entire set of upgrade lead as well. That's obviously going to turn the fights into his favor even more so than previously. ShoWTimE, what's actually in this prism? One Stalker at the moment. Bit of a weird one to kind of have lifted up. You can see a blink forwards. Oh my god, he gets one Widow Mine so quickly, I can't quite believe it. The Widow Mine goes off, splashes the Zealots, but also does some friendly fire. Widow Mine drop in the third base, decimates 10 probes. There's going to be more, as one more Widow Mine will go off here for 3 more worker kills. Another Widow Mine in the center of the map gets Zealots once again, as ShoWTimE though is pressing on forwards. I mean, with the Warp Prism to the left, right, I mean, now he's going to be able to reinforce, even though there's reinforcements coming out from Clem, although the Liberator's sieged up may make him think twice about truly pushing in towards this location. Another couple of Archons morph into the left. Stalkers and Zealots are going to be coming around as well, getting ready to push in towards this third CC in just a moment or two. Sentry and a couple more Stalkers coming up, plus 3 armor upgrade coming in. He blinks forwards right away now. SCV, as Zealots actually start charging forwards. There's the Liberators. He's just not going to fight that ShoWTimE. He doesn't want to, doesn't need to, he feels. Ghost on the way up from Clem will help him a lot against this gateway force, but I just can't understand the logic why he just doesn't feel as though adding in the 2-2 upgrades would kind of make sense, right? He just didn't even get an armory at all in this game as this fight is happening. I mean, you can just see that ShoWTimE's overrunning this. Obviously, the upgrades are a big part of it, but I think just sheer number of units as well with the way the game has gone. ShoWTimE has defended so well multiple times, though. He's taking really good fights around the map, and now he just has a little bit too much. He's going to start losing an Immortal or 2 here, but as another wave of Zealots come in, well, now there isn't really EMPs to help out. He's actually going to lose the CC, so the third base dropping is obviously devastating for Clem. ShoWTimE could back away for a little while now if he wanted to and build up, but he knows he doesn't really need to. He knows he can press forwards, and he knows he can just do enough damage with this just by attacking and not stopping. More Widow Mines going down. There's a nice EMP, does cover a lot of the Stalkers, and they lose their shields. The Observer gets taken down, which means he can't see the Widow Mines any longer if they're unburrowed. Unless they're unburrowed, and we're going to be seeing Zealots from the left side though. Coming in once again, that should be perhaps enough. GG from Clem. ShoWTimE takes game 3, and he is now on match point here on WardiTV all day long. Game number 2. Okay, that didn't work at all. I should just shut up and talk normally. A bit too tired to throw in fancy things here and there today. This is the top right hand side on match point on Blackpink here. It is ShoWTimE, our red Protoss player, and we're going to have a proxy, it seems, out of Clem, our blue Terran bottom left, as he sends his first SCV already across the map to throw something down. Thank you very much, Jimstock, for another tier 15 in the chat. Do appreciate it. Thank you very much. As we do see this Rax coming into play. Getting set and ready to go on into this. Proxy Barracks does give him this opportunity to obviously apply the pressure early in the game. However, the probe scout from ShoWTimE is going to be absolutely crucial for him. He's going to be able to come in and he's going to be able to see, okay, well, you know, there's no there's no expansion, so I'm not going to expand myself just yet. There's no barracks even, so I'm just going to start up a Zeld, stop the side core. Already a bunker going to come in at the front here, as we are going to see that Reaper going to be on its way out. The probes may even want to pull, yeah, he is actually pulling a couple more probes just to make sure he doesn't let this bunker come up just yet, as we are going to be having the Zeld popping out, and we will be seeing that bunker going down. So bunker does fall, and as that bunker goes down again, that SCV just going to sit on the ramp here. So Reaper moving forwards is going to be trying to fight this, but without the bunker it's not as much of a threat as it once was, and actually just keeping the Reaper from even coming up here. Obviously there is a Reaper kind of jump here on Blackpink nowadays, as you see the Stalker is continuing to be chrono boosted out. And we'll be able to chase that Reaper down here in the next few moments. So getting set up for that is going to be seeing these probes taking a little bit more damage as well. You're going to be seeing that Zeld continue to swipe away here and there. And just in general, Reaper being an annoyance, but Factory back at home, and we'll see what Clem's follow-up is really going to be focusing on. Does he proxy his starport too? I don't think so. No SCV still across the map, so he's really looking to do something with this Reaper attack, but really he hasn't found anything just yet. A probe and a Zealot to proxy the barracks? Nah, doesn't really seem like much. As you're going to see, the barracks is on its journey back home now. Obviously can't build anything in this time, as we do see the Cyclone on its way out for Clem here. The Stargate is on its way up as well in the main base. This Rack still just coming through the center of the map to try and obviously build up back at home once again. What's up, Flakdav, coming in for fresh sub also. Welcome to the family, guy, dude. Thank you very much for subscribing and supporting the channel. Some love in the chat, please, for Flakdav. Welcome to the fam. As you do see, this Reaper is going to be targeted here by the Stalkers. Stalker's dealing a little bit of damage at the moment. The Reaper's still taking some hits here and there. As we're going to be seeing the Reaper coming all the way back around the left side again. Yeah, another Stalker pops out, so a few Stalkers just on the natural ramp and getting set to go. As the Reaper going to push forwards, and well, still the Stalker's just going to turn around and fight once more. Phoenix pops out from the Stargate, which is the initial tech here of the Protoss player. It's actually just Phoenix First very good at dealing with kind of follow-up aggression. I mean, as long as he has detection against the Banshee, he should be fine. And the big part of this is the fact he's going across the map to scout with the Phoenix. If he sees the Cloak, then he's either just going to throw down a Robo or prioritize an Oracle. That shouldn't be much of an issue, and he does see it right now. So a huge scout here from ShoWTimE. Now he knows exactly what's going on as he pulls away up the right-hand side, up the left-hand side, away from the base, and immediately just going to be throwing down an Oracle. Not going to go for an Observer. Seems as though he feels an Oracle's going to be enough. I mean, if he has Phoenix out as well, right, then if the Oracle's going to be hitting the Revelation, the Phoenix will always, well, will just straight up 100% kill the Banshee from there. So it should be completely fine. And because he's building the Oracles early enough, he shouldn't be caught off guard by, you know, too many Banshees and not enough Revelations to deal with them. And he's going to get the Robo up now as well, realizing how this is going to go. As we see Stalkers coming across, he's actually going to counterattack in, but I mean, a Siege Tank and a couple of Cyclones, I don't think this is a fight you really actually want to take here at all. As you're going to be seeing those Phoenix backing away in towards the center, and these Stalkers backing away from the front as well. And we've seen this pylon coming up on the natural expansion. Robo facility is coming down, Twilight and a Forge 2 in the next few moments, and just going to be going into everything you need really to kind of play out a mid-game PvT setup. No shocks, no surprises here, so let's see what will happen. Stim starts, and we're just going to be seeing the +1 as well on the way from Clem, who sets up into his bio style here for the moment. So he sets up in towards that, and well, just an observer popping out. Forge and Twilight continue coming through. As they finish, we get to see exactly how ShoWTimE wants to play this mid game. Is he going to change it up from the Resonating Glaives we've seen a couple of times? It's going to be charged right away. Kind of makes sense considering he's built some Phoenix. It just delays the Twilight and the Roadburn, so, you know, getting into charge is kind of the important thing to really hold off attacks with larger armies. And so obviously if your first Twilight upgrade is going to be coming in later in the game, charge may be the better one to prioritize initially. Phoenix coming down to the bottom left-hand side as we see 2 more barracks on the way up in the main, which takes us up to 5 in total. And Clem is going to be going for this big old aggressive push once again. As this Raven, you know, I just thought what this Raven looks like. It looks like it's got a medevac just melted on top of it. Is that just me? It looks like it's kind of got a medevac like melted on top of it in the middle. Maybe it's just the angle it was at there for a moment. I think, maybe think that. Anyways, pushing across the map, here we go. Clem getting aggressive, and ShoWTimE going to have to get defensive. As he's trying, well, he's got a third base, so he's going to want to defend that. I mean, charge will finish in time for this push. He just needs to make sure he has enough units. I mean, he's got 5 gates, 2 more finished up just now, 3 more finishing up just now, so he's going to have 8 gates total. With the Phoenix to lift the tanks out of the initial engagement, I actually think this is going to be fine here. We're going to be seeing these bunkers getting set up, and we are going to be having these, well, the Revelation already dropping down on top of the army. As we do see the Cyclones Marines starting to fight this here. So Phoenix going to get ready to come in from the left-hand side, and here we go. Zealot's going to start charging forwards. Ooh, uses the anti-armor missile. Does hit a few of the Stalkers here, man. Those siege tanks, though, they're just in so much trouble because they're just being lifted by the Phoenix, so they're not really adding anything into this. And ShoWTimE has already just showed us how well you can defend those Phoenix early. Only 3 of them, but they did so much in this. And, I mean, he's going to try and unload some units into the bunker, but that's going to go down. The Cyclones are now being lifted up, and as these Phoenix clean out the medevacs, this has just not worked from Clem. ShoWTimE is your Go4SC2 Sunday champion in Go4SC2 number 700.